Tonight on Philly Sports Spotlight, we go behind the scenes of the new documentary Rise of the Tigers, the true life story of a high school football program rooted in one of Philadelphia's roughest neighborhoods. And as the Fightins continue to find themselves, a couple of Phillies reach some personal milestones. And speaking of milestones, Philadelphia's own Dawn Staley gets a call to the Hall. Good evening and welcome to Philly Sports Spotlight. I'm Phil Anderson. Tonight, we'll spend the first 20 minutes or so of our show talking to a man whose vision of building a high school football program in one of Philadelphia's toughest neighborhoods is starting to come into focus. Without further ado, let's bring to Philly Sports Spotlight, the set anyway, welcome Kensington High School football coach Elwood Erb and his friend for the Philadelphia Soul, it's Brian Evans. And dude, your title is so long. I know you have two business cards that you have to carry around, but your title is?
Director of Creative Fan Experiences and Nonprofit Services.
And that goes over under the back side of the business card.
Yes.
All right, we're going to talk about the Soul's involvement in this program in just a minute. But let's talk about this project. You know, you got to be commended for what you've done. I got to ask you, when you hear the words Kensington High School football coach Elwood Erb, how do you feel? What does it feel like?
It's surreal. You know, really thinking about back when I was a little kid. Being back there and just having nothing back there and wanting to have a football team, and now that it's happening and Coach Erb is happening, you know, that's mind-boggling, you know. But I'm actually used to hearing Coach Erb now. All the kids call me Coach now. It's something that I've gotten accustomed to for my kids. But when my friends call me Coach, that's still getting used to.
You're so mild-mannered, though. Are you sure you're cut out to be a coach?
You can see some footage of me online. I'm sure you can see some footage. You can find that. Yeah, that's a shot right there. That wasn't pleased with that result. But no, I've worked at Kensington High School for the last 8 years, so I've learned to control emotion when need be and exert exertion when I have to. And you know, it's. Like you said, Kensington is one of the roughest areas in the city, and our kids are some of the roughest kids in the city.
Well, you're doing a great thing here.
Thank
you. My question is, what was the real impetus behind this? I mean, you kind of touched on it at the top of the show. What was the impetus behind bringing a varsity football program to Kensington, and where is the process today?
Well, the whole idea behind it was to give the kids and the community somewhere to come together and to exhibit all their hard work that they can put into football and their talent and their passion. You know, not only, you know, because it's in Fishtown, that's where I grew up, in Fishtown. It's the other side of Kensington over there. And there's always been a divide. You know, there's always been this neighborhood divide, Port Richmond, Kensington. What I would like to see is things come together, you know, and people come together on a Friday night and see our young people play football, you know, and root them on and have a hometown team. Because, you know, there's some powerhouses in the public league. You know, you get the Washingtons and Northeast Central, you know, that's where I went to school and played. But I want the kids from Kensington, you know, to have an opportunity to experience not only just public league football, but I want to bring a suburban level kind of program into the city where we have, you know, our kids are competing at the state level.
Now, I love one of the lines from the actual movie, Friday Night Under the L.
Friday Night Lights.
Because the L runs right by your practice field, as we'll see in some of these video clips. But the wonderful thing about us being here today is the wonderful clips that we have. And the video clips that we're showing you today, folks, are courtesy of the folks at Downhill Productions. A couple of Temple guys, one's an alum, the one's about to be an alum, he's about to graduate. And they took some painstakingly, a lot of time, like you do as most filmmakers, to put this and do it justice. One of the things they do in this is ask questions. And one of the questions that was thrown at some of your players was, do you see Coach as a father figure? Here's one of the responses.
Never have I thought a father. I just thought about an older best friend. Because if I ever had to ask somebody something inside of him or any of the other coaches, but it's hard to ask another coach when Erb gives you like his like opinion, like positive opinion. He's not going to tell you something that he might want me to hear. He tells me what he thinks, not what he thinks I want to hear.
He was the one who he was actually the one who started planning to get football into our school. And ever since he got football, to me, he's like a hero.
Like a hero. Do you feel like a hero?
I wake up in the morning and go to work. You know, it's what I do. It's what I've been doing since I came back from Hawaii. This is what I do. Is I teach kids, and I try to instill core values into these kids that they take on, you know, these kids are our future. These are the kids that are going to be running our city in years to come, you know, and these are the people that we are working with every day, and we're out there with everybody. You know, when you go to a store, and how many times can you see a customer service is awful at so many different places, you know? But what I want to teach these guys is no matter what level of job you get to, whatever your academic level you achieve, you can still be a good person.
Well, you talked about some of the people that you work with. Some of those people you work with are the Philadelphia Soul. And that's what we're going to bring Mr. Brian Evans back in here. And Brian, tell us, how are you guys affiliated with this program and Coach Herb?
Well, one of the things that we do, the Philadelphia Souls, we get out into the community and we try to find great stories, kind of like what you do. I mean, there's so many stories in this whole area that never get heard. And when I got together with Coach, he just sat down at our offices, and I just believed in everything he was saying. There's so many different organizations that have community relations department, but they don't relate to the community. So when we put our heads together and we said, hey, let's not just do this movie on a small scale, let's have a premiere at our game. Let's give these kids a chance to have an experience, take something back with them to Kensington, beyond just football.
Sounds like a little Ron Jaworski written all over that, too.
All over.
As you all know, Ron Jaworski is primary owner, one of the primary owners of the Philadelphia Soul, and knows what it's like to be from Philadelphia and give back to the community. First of all, Coach, continued success. I want to have you back maybe in a year from now. I know that a varsity program, a solid varsity program, is what you're shooting for.
Yes.
And as long as you have folks like this, from the Philadelphia Soul behind you, I'm sure the rest of the community will come and help you out. Now, the reason we're here today is because some filmmakers I told you about had the oversight, the insight rather, to come in and check you out. And in our next break, we're going to catch up with those guys. This documentary, The Rise of the Tigers. A couple of characters, as you like to call them, right? All right.
Good buddies.
Good buddies. That's what we like to hear. More on The Rise of the Tigers when we return after this break.